Well, so now on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, there was a video that came out of Chicago where people thought that the migrants were breaking into a vacant apartment building in the South Shore area of Chicago. So, I'm not from Chicago, and I said, let me make sure I do my research before I say anything. And South Shore is a predominantly black area. Well, I want you to check out this clip. It goes along more what we was already talking about when they're bringing the people in and what neighborhoods they're going to. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Today, food was delivered to families staying in this South Shore building. In recent days, 57 Venezuelans moved into this building on South Essex. That's according to Chris Amator, who says he owns the building.
I just decided, hey, I got the heat on, I got gas, I got electric, water. I go, let's film and we'll worry about the details later.
Over the last 9 days, Amator says he felt moved to offer shelter in his vacant apartments after visiting the city's landing center and a shelter for new arrivals.
I saw 5-year-olds with no jackets on the streets. I was taking my jacket off, putting it on them, and I'm like, tomorrow's going to be -14. I'm like, what's going on?
Amator says over the last 9 days, he, his family, and a couple of volunteers have taken in 448 adults and children at 15 of his residential buildings. Some neighbors posted video of the building on Essex, alleging people were breaking into the building and that the building was not safe.
It's frustrating.
Veronica Cotton is a lifelong South Shore resident and new business owner. But she shares she and her sons were homeless a couple of years ago, and they didn't get the help they needed.
Not saying that it's not right to help them, but it's not right for others not to get help as well.
Now, this owner of this apartment, why hasn't 500 people in the city of Chicago had the opportunity? This man, that's what this man said. This is evil. Let me tell you why this is evil. He had a vacant building boarded up. He said he had the lights on, he had the heat on, but then he said, oh, when I saw the migrants don't even have coats. Oh, I was want to say, hey, I'll put them in my building. I mean, it's okay. We'll figure out the rest later. You didn't figure out nothing later. Brandon Johnson you got in contact with Brandon Johnson or somebody at the city. You say, hey, how much money would you pay me a month to put these people up? Brandon Johnson and them came up with a number that he couldn't refuse. He opened up his building up. He had them over there taking the boards down. And now you have 500 migrants went into the black community. And here we go, placing them in the black community. Now they're going to try to keep doing that in the black. Notice they didn't go put them in the white community. They got buildings in the white community they could have put them in. But nope, they went and put them in the black community. The Democrat Party, once again, is trying to force black people out of their areas, and they're using these migrants to do it. Now, the reason why I say that dude is evil is because you sitting on a building with heat on and lights and all of that, and you got residents in Chicago that's out there in the cold, and you wouldn't open it up for them, but now you're going to open it up for migrants who aren't even people that's in the city with you. Then, if you pay attention, he said he has 15 other buildings. This dude's sitting on all kind of real estate, and he's going to be putting migrants everywhere because he's getting paid, folks. When you see them going in the hotels, they're getting paid. Y'all in the city of Chicago should be demanding to see the books. Y'all should be demanding to know where every tax dollar is going. Who are you paying to put these migrants up? We don't know who you're paying, how much you're paying them. You got a vacant building. That's the stuff we're talking about. See, the Democrat Party, but it's the same Democrat Party want you in Chicago to come out and vote for Brandon Johnson again or vote for Joe Biden again. Now, all of you in Chicago right now should be supporting Greg Abbott here in Texas. Greg Abbott is trying to stop the flow of them coming into our state, which when they came to our state, they came to your city, Operation Lone Star. So y'all in Chicago should be really supporting the governor here in Texas, Greg Abbott. What Biden is doing, Biden went to the Supreme Court and got them to say, oh, well, they can cut the razor wire. And you know, Greg Abbott's saying right now, I don't care if you go cut it. I'll put it right back up. Cut it all you want. I'm trying to stop the flow of people coming into Texas. Remember, over 300,000 of them crossed the border. Listen, that at this point is not migration. That's an invasion. I don't know if y'all saw the recent video out of California. They pulled up in a boat, sped up to the shore, and just jumped out running. Like this is not an immigration no more. This is literally an invasion of the United States of America by a bunch of military-aged men, and we have a president in office right now who's like, eh. And now they're starting to talk about it because they forced to. All the Republicans, they're talking about it because it's just good for them to talk about because it's politics. No, it's not politics, Kamala. It's not just the Republicans talking. Because, see, now they forced to talk about it. And even Boule Martin recently talking about the migrant crisis. All this time, he never talked about it. So I guess they told Boule, okay, Boule, you can come out and talk about the migrant crisis, but just say it this way. He literally repeated the same messages the Democrats are saying about the migrant crisis. Listen, gone are the days where you can come out and lie to the people. You can't lie anymore. Your propaganda don't work. And I'm going to tell y'all something else about Boule Martin. Boule Martin, you know how y'all don't respect CNN, MSNBC, and all them other ones because you know they're nothing but Democrat propaganda mills. We don't even legitimize them. Boule Martin is mainstream media too. You have to understand, Boule Martin came from CNN. I don't know why some of y'all think that Boule Martin is some sort of grassroots, because some people actually think that. Some people think Boule Martin is grassroots. He's not. He's mainstream media. He just can't get back with mainstream media because the last time they gave him a chance when he was with TV1, Boule Martin was leaking presidential debate questions to Hillary. That lets you know how low he is. And when CNN found out Boule Martin leaked questions to Hillary and them, they said, we will never do nothing with TV1 again. But Boule Martin don't talk about that. He do anything he can to get in good with the Democrats, even do something conniving. At that time, he should have thought about his career and say, you know what? I don't want to do that because, man, I can get back in good with CNN and get a show back again. Because you know he don't want to do his own show. He wants a show on MSNBC or CNN, right? But one thing you're not going to do, Boule, you're not going to come out here and lie to the people about the migrant crisis. This is literally an invasion, and this invasion happened because your president, Joe Biden, who you love so much, is sanctioning this invasion because they have the ability to stop it right now. Now, Greg Abbott doing his best, but we can't just have 300,000 people come across the border in a month. 2.5 million people came across that border last year. And they're placing these people in the black communities. But yet the Democrats are expecting us to come out and vote for them. And then we speak against this invasion into the United States by a bunch of military-aged males. Then they want to call people MAGA. No, nobody's MAGA. You can't tell somebody MAGA when you literally see the invasion. Look at the South Shore area. That area has been invaded by migrants who's not of the black community. They didn't place Africans there. They didn't place Haitians in there. They didn't place people from the Caribbean over there. They didn't place Afro-Latinos there. No, it's somebody that was different than the demographic of the community. And you know good and well what's going to go down. They're going to start acting out. They're going to start displacing the businesses by doing these street vendor things they're doing like they do in California. It's going to affect. Look what that sister said. Hey, I don't mind helping people, but dog, we was homeless. Why you don't, you know what I'm saying? Because sister, I'm going to tell you why they don't open it up for you. You know why? Because you're black. And that same dude can care less about a black woman on the street, a black child on the street. They can see a black child with no jacket, no shoes, no nothing in 10-degree weather in Chicago. And it's not my problem. That's why. Black people in Chicago, you better hold the line. Black people need to be speaking up about people that have been put in your neighborhood. These people own all these properties in your neighborhood. Listen, you don't have a neighborhood if you don't own it. I'm going to repeat that again. You don't have a neighborhood if you don't own it. If you don't own all the buildings, If you don't own all the businesses, you don't have a neighborhood. This is why they can run you out. But Brandon Johnson is the problem. Because if Brandon Johnson wasn't cutting checks to people, trust me, they wouldn't be in there. Chicago, black Chicago, you made a big mistake. Because they say 88% of y'all voted for Brandon Johnson, those who voted in the election. And y'all the one that's suffering the most with Brandon Johnson. And Brandon Johnson isn't trying to stop the migrants crisis. He's not trying to stop it. He wants more money. Think about it. He's asking Biden for money for it so he can keep doing it. He's not saying, hey, man, okay, this is enough. No. Remember, they can't even say we're no longer a sanctuary city. That's something free they can do. That don't cost nothing. Black folk, you were in Chicago and other cities. You have to give the Democrats a referendum in this election. If you don't want to vote for Donald Trump, fine by me. But vote the couch. Because if you vote the couch and don't get your votes, listen, you vote Democrat, you're voting for more of what you just saw in this video. That's how you got to think about it. Do you really want to go vote for that? Do you want, okay, today is 500. Another 500 can show up tomorrow in your neighborhood. What if once a month 500 show up and outnumber y'all? Then you already know what's going to happen. If they outnumber y'all, look at Los Angeles, California. Look what happened to black folks out there. Y'all gotta take a stand about this. These business, these property owners and all of that, y'all gotta let them know that's not gonna be tolerated. They say, oh, but that's their building. They could do what they want. Well, why they don't do that in the white area then? Do it over there. Spread the wealth, right? But they shouldn't be in nobody's community. I don't care what color. It shouldn't be in nobody's community. They need to be in their homeland. Bottom line. ICE should be over there pulling up with vans and say, oh, no, everybody come on. You got to take you back on to your homeland. No. They're trying to run black people out of their own neighborhoods. This is all by design, and this is coordinated by the Democrat Party, folks. The Democrats are targeting black Americans. This is their doing. Because the migrants that's doing this, they only doing what they're allowed to do. They're allowed. The Democrats are funding them. They're inviting them to come here. Biden's been quiet about it. He knows what's going on. He's the president. But yet, we need the black community to come out and vote. You go vote for Biden if you want. Please vote for Biden if you want to. Please. And that black neighborhood you got today, it'll be gone in a few years. Because Biden gonna sit up there and listen, Biden gonna even put them people in Atlanta. Y'all think y'all safe in Atlanta? He gonna target Atlanta too. Go ahead and put him in there for another 4 years. Every black city you got, y'all won't have it no more. Or y'all get pushed outside the city. That's the plan of the Democrat Party to undermine black Americans, to destabilize black Americans, and bring in hostile people against us to do their dirty work. You vote for Democrat, that's what you're voting for. I don't see how any black person at this point could go vote for them people. Because they're targeting us and they're trying to take our lives away and our livelihood and harm our businesses. This is what the Democrats are actively doing. Now, if Republicans was doing this mess, y'all be raising hell.